Imagine this: 5 red heifers, born in Texas, are now in Jerusalem, waiting for a sacred ritual that could change the course of history. The Third Temple, a structure prophesied for thousands of years, is closer than ever to being built. But here's the shocking part. This event could trigger the fulfillment of end-times prophecies, including the rise of the Antichrist and the second coming of Jesus Christ. Are we witnessing the final countdown to Revelation? Stay with me, because what you're about to hear will leave you in awe, and maybe even a little terrified. Before we dive deeper, I need your help. If you're as fascinated by these prophetic events as I am, hit the like button right now. This helps YouTube recommend this video to more people who need to hear this message. And if you're new here, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates on this unfolding story. Now let's get into the details. Welcome back, everyone. Today we're diving into one of the most significant prophetic events of our time: the preparation for the Third Temple in Jerusalem. If you've been following the news, you've probably heard about the red heifers imported from Texas in 2022. These aren't just any cows, they're perfectly red without a single blemish as described in the Bible. According to Numbers 19, the ashes of a red heifer are essential for purifying the tools and materials needed to build the temple. And guess what? These heifers are now 3 years old, which means they're ready for the ritual. But that's just the beginning. The Sanhedrin, the Jewish religious authority, has called for Jews worldwide to return to Israel and prepare for the temple's construction. And here's the kicker. This event is tied to the Passover of 2025, a date that could mark the start of the Revelation period. So what does this mean for us as believers? Let's break it down. Let's start with the red heifers. Why are they so important? In Numbers 19:2, God commands the Israelites to sacrifice a red heifer without defect or blemishes and burn it outside the camp. The ashes are then used to purify anyone who comes into contact with death. This ritual is crucial for the Third Temple's construction because without it, the tools and materials cannot be used. Now here's the fascinating part. For over 2,000 years, no red heifer has met the biblical requirements until now. In 2022, 5 red heifers were flown from Texas to Israel, and they've been carefully raised and inspected. According to the Temple Institute, these heifers will be sacrificed during Passover 2025, fulfilling a prophecy that many thought would never happen in our lifetime. But why is this so significant? Because it's a clear sign that we're moving closer to the end times. As Jesus said in Matthew 24:15, "When you see standing in the holy place the abomination that causes desolation, then let those who are in Judea flee to the mountains." The Third Temple is that holy place, and its construction could set the stage for the Antichrist's rise. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. But before we go further, I want to pause and ask you to share this video with someone who needs to hear this. The signs of the times are all around us, and many people are unaware of what's happening. By sharing this, you're helping spread the truth and prepare others for what's to come. Let's continue. Now let's talk about the Third Temple. For centuries, Jews and Christians have awaited its rebuilding. Ezekiel 40:48 provides a detailed blueprint of the temple, and many believe its construction will fulfill end-times prophecies. But here's the problem. The Temple Mount in Jerusalem is currently occupied by the Dome of the Rock, one of Islam's holiest sites. To build the Third Temple, the Dome of the Rock would have to be removed, a move that could spark a global conflict. In fact, some experts believe the recent wars in the Middle East, including the Israel-Hamas conflict, are directly tied to this prophecy. Daniel 9:27 predicts that the Antichrist will make a covenant with many for 177 years, but in the middle of that period he will put an end to sacrifice and offering. This suggests that the Third Temple will be operational before the Antichrist desecrates it. So the question is, are we seeing the pieces fall into place? And if so, what does this mean for us as believers? This brings us to the role of world leaders in this prophetic timeline. The Sanhedrin has reportedly reached out to global figures, including Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump, seeking support for the temple's construction. But here's the chilling part. The Bible warns that the Antichrist will emerge as a powerful leader who initially supports Israel. In 2 Thessalonians 2:3, Paul writes that the Antichrist will oppose and exalt himself over everything that is called God or is worshipped, so that he sets himself up in God's temple, proclaiming himself to be God. Could the leader who helps build the third temple be the Antichrist himself? Many prophecy scholars believe so, and with Trump's secretary Pete Hegseth openly supporting the temple's construction, it's hard not to wonder if we're seeing the fulfillment of these prophecies in real time. So what happens next? According to the Temple Institute, the red heifers will be sacrificed in 2025, and the third temple's construction will take approximately 42 months, bringing us to 2029. Interestingly, this aligns with the timeline of Trump's potential second term, adding another layer of intrigue to the prophecy. But here's the most important takeaway. As believers, we need to be prepared. Jesus warned us in Matthew 24:42 to keep watch, because you do not know on what day your Lord will come. The signs are all around us: wars, rumors of wars, and the rebuilding of the third temple. Now is the time to strengthen our faith, share the gospel, and live with urgency. Because as Revelation 22:12 reminds us, "Look, I am coming soon. My reward is with me, and I will give to each person according to what they have done." Friends, we're living in unprecedented times. The pieces of the prophetic puzzle are coming together faster than ever, and it's up to us to stay informed and vigilant. If this message resonated with you, I urge you to take 3 actions. 1. Like this video to help spread this important message. 2. Share your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about the third temple and its prophetic implications? 3. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates on this unfolding story. Remember, the Bible tells us to encourage one another and build each other up. 1 Thessalonians 5:11. Let's be a light in these dark times. Until next time, stay faithful, stay watchful, and may God bless you all.